You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see if I did it?
Yeah,
Come on. What's wrong with you?
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name, A handshake sealed the deal. And a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Good evening and welcome. It's Friday Night Football. It's opening night here. We're at Mount Vernon High School in Fortville, Indiana. We got the Millers of Noblesville visiting the number 3 in Class 4A Mount Vernon Marauders. We're in for a great one tonight.
Welcome to Hancock Health Community Stadium here. We are on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. High school football is ready to get started here under first-year head coach Vince Leidy for the Mount Vernon Marauders. And we are ready for the national anthem.
Hey folks, it's good to be with you for tonight's game. My name is Andy Simpson, and I'm a licensed IHSAA football official, and welcome to Friday Night Football, powered by IndianaSRN. On behalf of the 340 football officials, the IHSAA, the crew here at IndianaSRN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and more important, don't forget to subscribe to the IndianaSRN YouTube page. As you're watching tonight's contest, I'm going to show you a few of our signals that will help you better understand the information we are trying to convey. Touchdown, safety, first down, holding or illegal use of hands, encroachment, or offsides commonly known, false start or illegal formation on the offense, or a free kick, scrimmage violation, face mask, intentional grounding, roughing the passer, clipping, illegal shift, illegal motion, illegal block, pass interference by the offense or the defense, delay of game, and the one signal we dislike and you as fans don't like seeing, unsporting. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and following us on IndianaSRN. You can also tune in to the Football Weekly Show and Coach's Show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on IndianaSRN.org. Finally, if you've ever thought about becoming an IHSAA official, www.ihsaa.org and click on the Officials tab or call the IHSAA office at 317-846-6601. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Welcome back to Hancock Health Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. I'm Bill Ledlow, along with my colleague tonight, as has been the last 3 years, Daniel Morales. Daniel made his way up after the opening down there on the field. Daniel, it's hot down there. We've been down there before you went on the air, and that sun, when it's out, it's unbearable, buddy. And you know, you get the MVP award for this one, man.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's definitely hot, but it's opening night. It's the sun's out. That's what we want.
Yes.
And I tell you what, I've been waiting for this all summer long. Ever since last year ended, I'm excited. Football is back here at Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon coming in after posting a 13-1 record last year, winning their first 13 games, and then got into that regional against a very tough Roncalli club that ended up winning the 4A state championship last year. So head coach Mike Kirshner has left Mount Vernon. And you cannot fault the man, because he takes over for his alma mater at Warren Central. But what he did those 3 or 4 years here at Mount Vernon, Daniel, was phenomenal. And now Coach Leidy he's coming in, but he's got the fire, baby. You know, we talked to him before we come up here, and Vince has got the fire, man. It's just going to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw him last year, and that's one of the good things when you have a coach step up as a head coach that was here previous years. He got to learn under Coach Kirshner. He got to see how his leadership skills are, and now he gets to put it to test here tonight.
And as the Marauders now make their way onto the field here at Mount Vernon High School, let's talk about some key losses that Mount Vernon had at the end of last year. You know, some very big, powerful names there, Daniel.
Yeah, and it's not just one or two. You see that a lot in high school. You got those one or two players that is really your key people, and when you lose them, it goes away. But Mount Vernon was such a solid team all around last year. They lost Rylan Cole at the running back and wing back spot, as well as Tanner Cozio, who was the stud receiver last year, with now at Ball State playing. And then the front line with Makai Richmond and Matt Ford, not only on the offensive side but on the defensive side as well. It's a big loss, but I tell you what, talking to the coaches early on in pregame, and
seeing what they got to learn from last year with those seniors and get to put it to play this year, I think this team's going to be special, just like last year was.
You talk about the seniors on this ball club. I counted like 20-some seniors that are on the Mount Vernon squad. But then you flip the ledger over on Noblesville side, they've got 22 seniors. So this is going to be, and Mount Vernon won this game last year 42-17 up at Noblesville. So you think maybe Noblesville is looking for a little revenge maybe?
Absolutely not. I don't just think it. I know it. I know it. I mean, you get kind of not embarrassed. Mount Vernon was a tough team last year, but you come in, get whooped on your own field, you're going to come back and want revenge at their home field this year.
Well, and when they went up to Noblesville last year, it was head coach Dave Sharp's first year at Noblesville. Guess what? This year, it's his second year, Vince Leidy's first year at Mount Vernon. But, I'm just, the captains are making their way onto the center of the field now for the coin toss. So let's kind of watch out down there and see who's going to win this toss. So, Daniel, you win the toss, you defer, or do you take the ball?
I was talking with one of the coaches earlier, and they said they want to put points up early. So I would not be surprised if Mount Vernon won this toss and elected to receive.
So and you talk about what they have done last year. That defense last year for Mount Vernon, limited per game, and we'll talk about that when we come back. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Indiana Sports on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Hancock Health Stadium. We are on the campus of Mount Vernon High School, ready for game number 1 in this year's Indiana High School football campaign. Our officials for tonight, the referee is Eric Snyder, Jerome Woodburn is the umpire, Jim Snyder's the line judge, Josh Bellardo is the head linesman, and Nick Logston is your back judge. Well, Daniel, we're ready to get things ready to go here, and give us your thoughts on this start here.
Well, I think Mount Vernon made the right choice here and electing to receive. You know that Noblesville is going to come out ready to play, wanting to pounce, little payback for last year. So what do? You take the first hit of the game and try to put points up on the board.
So the ball's teed up, and we are ready to get the 2021 IHSAA football campaign underway here at Mount Vernon High School. Number 90, McDermott, has the ball teed up for the Noblesville Millers. He approaches the ball, and folks, we are underway. A short kick, and it did stay in bounds. It looked like it was heading out of bounds.
It was. It looked like Mount Vernon was trying to let it go out of bounds, and I thought a Mount Vernon player touched it, but a flag is on the field, which means that went out of bounds before anybody touched it. So I don't know. We'll see what the refs have to say here on this one.
Mount Vernon will be going from our left to our right, Noblesville right to the left.
Illegal procedure on the Millers.
And it is against the Noblesville Millers.
Yeah, just a legal procedure there. Went out of bounds on a kickoff. You can't somebody has to touch it before it goes out of bounds, and so obviously nobody did, so it is a legal procedure against Noblesville. So Mount Vernon.
So they're going to back him up. They're going to take the penalty, back him up, re-kick it.
Huh. Bill, that's interesting. Typically when there's a legal procedure, you get that 10-yard penalty from the spot. Looks like maybe Mount Vernon elected to have him re-kick it to see if they can actually get better yardage.
Looks like Keegan LaBelle and Ashton Gentry might be the returners for Mount Vernon this year.
As they were last year.
McDermott, yep. McDermott has the ball teed up, and he does a little squib kick this time. And they're going to get a back start at about their own 40-yard line.
So about the right call. I mean, the ball went out at the 20 originally. Get a 10-yard penalty, you're going to probably take that at the 30. Now they're getting the ball up at the 40, so great call there by Coach Leidy to accept the penalty to have it re-kicked.
So they'll start on their own 40-yard line, the Marauders. And again, at quarterback for Mount Vernon is number 4, Gary Sloniker. And he is in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and hits Gentry. No, that's Bradenthal, and he is going to the house. One play, touchdown, Marauders.
Perfect play. Wow. That's what you want. Little play action. You don't know. You know Keegan LaBelle's a threat, but then you got Bradenthal out there, a little short, little flat, right in the crossing route, was able to bust open and get the touchdown.
One play. 11:41 to go in the first quarter, and man, you make a statement with your first offensive play.
Absolutely.
Now they're going for 2. Puts a man in motion from the left to the right. High snap. Sloniker's got a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, 2-point conversion.
Just a simple play, a little bit of a bad snap, but was able to recover, which kind of helped them, and was able to drop it over to Gentry to complete the 2-point conversion.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more for you on IndianaSRN.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo.
You saying I did?
Welcome back to Hancock Health Stadium. The Marauders make a statement early with that pass from Sloniker to Bradenthal, and then the 2-point conversion from Sloniker to Gentry. 11:41 to go here in the first quarter, and the Marauders are up 8-0.
And there's no surprise that they went for 2 there. I mean, you lost a key kicker, probably one of the best in the state with A.J. Swingle last year. So you kind of got a new one in there, so, you know, kind of make it iffy. So can't fault them for going for 2 on that one, but perfectly executed 2-point conversion as well as first play of the game.
You got Gibson, number 1, back for Noblesville. Comes down to number 14. And that is Jordan Sharp. And here's your touchdown replay.
See it here. I mean, that's at the end of the play, but it was just a simple in route, and it was a play action which sold the defense the corners in, which opened up that small flat window on that slant route in, and was able to break out to the outside with Brendenthal's speed. Easy 6 points.
Now Noblesville will take over on their own 30-yard line.
I tell you what, it's great to have fans back in the crowd, in the stands, hear it. That's what makes high school football.
Number 5, Connor Mendering, is your quarterback for Noblesville. Hands off to the first guy through, and that's going to be number 2. And that is Parker Bell.
And I remember this last year. It's that weird offense where you have the quarterback under center, and then you have the 3 running backs right in a row, so you don't really know which one's it going to. And that's what makes it hard. You got to adjust as a defense.
Takes a snap, pitches back, fumble on the play, and still on the play, and the Riders get the fumble recovery. Oh, man.
And just a bad pitch, but great reaction time by Mount Vernon. I tell you what, though, you saw a bunch of guys saw the green light area. They wanted that 6 points, but you know what you do in football is you fall on it, which is great. What happened there by that defender. Mount Vernon now gets the ball back in excellent field position to go up even more.
11:25 to go, first quarter. Mount Vernon takes over on Noblesville's 16. Sloniker takes a snap, back to pass. There's a Donovan, touchdown, Marauders. Austin Gentry again.
2 plays, 2 touchdowns. I tell you what, this offense is going to be fun to watch this year. I tell you what, Sloniker has a great arm. We've seen that over the last 2 seasons, and now he's made 2 passes, perfect passes for 6 points each.
And now they're going to kick for the extra point. Sloniker will be the holder. And it looks like it will be number 44, Ethan Yaley, for the extra point try.
And we do have a penalty on the play, illegal substitution.
Yeah,
Mount Vernon had a couple guys running in late, weren't ready for that. Now they're going to back them up a little bit for this extra point.
Development on the field for Mount Vernon.
Ready for the extra point try. The ball's down, the kick's in the air, and it's good. 11:20 to go in the first quarter. It's Mount Vernon 15 and Noblesville 0. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back. Sloniker has the ball teed up for Mount Vernon. The kick comes down to Gibson. Gibson takes it, finds a little seam, gets it out across the 25 and close to the 30-yard line.
Gibson on the return.
And watch this play, just perfect execution. Gentry right over the top of that middle linebacker. Perfect pack by Sloniker, in for 6 touchdowns.
He found that soft spot, and Gentry and Sloniker on the same page.
And Gentry just so quick. We've seen it over the last 2 seasons. Those two have had great connections, but that play was just perfectly executed.
Now, our Noblesville start on their own 29-yard line. Mendering takes a snap. Nope, that's number 5, and that is Mendering. That's right. And he takes it across the 30-yard line.
That was a different formation, not something that we normally see.
Right.
And it kind of worked. He picked up a couple yards. We know Mendering can run the ball. He has a dual threat. He can throw the ball. Noblesville not known for it. It looks like there was a penalty at the end of the play.
Penalty on the play. And it was a face mask on Mount Vernon, so that'll move the ball up quite a ways for the Noblesville Millers.
Yeah, when it's a personal foul, it always adds that 10 extra yards, typically a regular face mask 5 yards, but that was personal foul.
They got trip receivers to the right side. They put a man in motion from the right to the left. They hand off to Gibson. Gibson out of bounds across the 50-yard line.
And George Burham there just tracked him down from the middle of the field all the way down. I thought maybe he was going to be able to get the edge, but great containment. Didn't give up a big gain, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
George Burham, he was a force to be reckoned with last year also.
He was in that tight end position. He kind of played a little bit of both ways. Came in, made some crucial plays on offense, and made some good plays on defense last year.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Put a man in motion from the left to the right, and now we got a penalty flag. It's going to be a false start on the Millers.
Everybody moved but the center. I mean, the quarterback versus the ball. Just a little miscommunication there between your quarterback. It's defense. Offsides on the defense.
All right. Well, that gives the Millers some more light.
Yeah, automatic first down. And that's just, we talked about this a lot 2 years ago, and last year wasn't as bad, but penalties is a key factor. You can't give up yardage on penalties.
They go to that triple head monster in the backfield again for Noblesville. And it's number 4 on the run, Logan Schaffner.
In this offense, and the way it's kind of a wishbone. Wishbone's kind of a little bit offset, but all 3 of them are in a straight line, so it makes it hard to see who had the ball. I was confused a little bit. At first, I thought the quarterback had it. Then I thought number 9, Rogers Walton, had the ball. So I was all confused there. Who had the ball?
Mendering gets the play call from the coaching staff on the far sideline. He's going to go under center. Takes a snap. Hands off to number 9, and that is Rogers Walton.
And great coverage there by the defense. I mean, they were all over that. And as the play and as the game develops, they're going to be able to see more and more of how this offense works and be able to react quicker. So now we come up with a big 3rd down here.
See if the defense can get a stop here. Mendering under center. Now he backs up, looks over at the sideline. Looks at his wristband. Now he goes back under center. Takes a snap. Hands off to number 2. That's Parker Bell.
And just a power run. I mean, he got hit, but he couldn't stop. He kept driving his feet and was able to pick up the first down.
Parker Bell is a senior, 5'10", 190. The Millers are driving. They got this ball at the 11-14 mark. We are now at 8:29. And there we go. Touchdown, Logan Schaffner.
Schaffner with the carry.
And just a simple run, one of those confusions. Who's going to get the ball? Went right up the middle. Nobody was able to stop him and catch him. Easy in for an easy 6.
8:21 to go here in the first quarter. Extra point try now. Kick is up. And it's good.
Point is good by Letourneau.
So
Score is now Mount Vernon 15.
with 8:21 to go here in the first quarter, the score, Mount Vernon 15, Noblesville 7.
Fans want to receive updates on
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Live back at Hancock County Health Stadium, the kickoff.
They're head on the return. Tackle made by McDaniel.
Number 81, Vernon on the return.
And as you see here, it's just confusion. I mean, they have three running backs right in a row, so you don't know who's going to get it. And it's just a simple play. Look right up the middle. They think quarterback has it. He just slept through there and was easy touchdown right up the middle of the field.
8:16 to go here in the first quarter. Mount Vernon has it on their own 39. Sloniker keeps it himself, gets past the 40, grits across the 45. Nice run by Gary Sloniker.
And we know Sloniker can really, he has that ability to throw the ball. We know he has a great arm, a strong arm, but he also has the quick feet. He's able to get through, slide through around defenders, make a move to pick up a really good gain there of 8 yards, and now bring up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 now for your Mount Vernon Marauders. High snap. Sloniker keeps it himself, but he stopped right there in the backfield with Sloniker was number 30. That is Trayvon Hagler. And I think he was supposed to get the ball, but with the high snap, it negated that handoff to Hagler.
Yeah, I feel like this is a little bit of deja vu. We saw this, they struggled a little bit with the snap last year, and we're seeing it so far today.
They give it off to LaBelle, and guess what he does? Picks up a Marauder first down.
And I think that's the first play we've seen for Keegan LaBelle tonight. And we know he can run. He took over a lot of the load last year as Rylan Cole moved to that slot position on offense and focus a lot more on the defense. And now we're seeing LaBelle get more focus on the run game.
Trip receivers left, one to the right. There's a pass, and it is incomplete.
Tell you what, that was, I want to say, inches away from a perfect ball. It's a tough play. You got a defender, the strong safety coming across. You have a cornerback on your back as a receiver, and it's hard to keep your eye on the ball, but a great ball there by Sloniker. Perfect play, perfect placement with the throw, and I like that first down call. Take a little shot downfield, see what you can get.
Intended receiver was Vernon, incomplete. Sloniker throws it out and picks up another Marauder first down.
And there's that Sloniker-Gentry connection that we saw earlier, that we saw a lot last year. And what makes Gentry so good is he's quick. He's not tall, but he's quick. And he can get around defenders and make people miss. And that was a great yardage after the catch by Gentry.
Got kind of trip receivers to the right, one to the left. Hagler in the backfield with Sloniker. They hand off to him. Can he get the edge? He does. Runs over a Noblesville defender.
Edgar on the carry. McDaniel with the stop.
And a great run there, just strong run, and that's a long way. They started kind of on the left side of the field.
Right.
He ran all the way trying to get that edge, and he knew what he was going for, and he lowered that shoulder and was able to knock the defender back to pick up a couple more yards and now bring up a 2nd and 3.
5'10", 188 pounds is Hagler. Sloniker takes it, gets it to LaBelle, and he's in for a touchdown. He was already crossed the goal line.
And I tell you what, this Mount Vernon offense is looking great. I mean, just a pure great execution here just across the board. Simple run, great blocking, and one of the things we were worried about coming into this season was the offensive line, because Mount Vernon's offensive line last year was so strong, but they were senior heavy.
And the extra point is good. So 5:33 to go here in the first quarter. Mount Vernon 21, Noblesville 7. We'll be back, IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Live back at Hancock County Health Stadium, campus of Mount Vernon High School. 5:33 to go in the first quarter. 22-7, the Marauders. Sloniker has the ball teed up. Gibson and Schaffner back to take it. And now we got a penalty on Mount Vernon.
Offsides on the Marauders.
An offside call.
Yeah, it looks like one of the kick defenders crossed the line before the ball is kicked. And I tell you what, we've seen Sloniker pass it for a touchdown. We've seen him hand it off for a touchdown. And now we're seeing him kick off after the touchdown. I'll tell you what, he can do it all.
But now they pull him off the field.
That'll be a re-kick from the 35.
And it looks like they brought in Ethan Yealy to do the kicking now. Still got Bell and Gibson and Schaffner back. High kick coming down, taken by number 14 of Noblesville. Trying to get the edge on the right side, but nothing there by the special teams of Mount Vernon.
Sharp on the return. Tackle made by Owen
And we watch his handoff, just simple. Great front push there by the defenders, and just an easy kind of a jump in. He had an easy touchdown for Keegan LaBelle. We know he can jump in, but just a great execution there by the front line of Mount Vernon.
5:27 to go. First quarter. 22-7, the Marauders. Noblesville takes over on their own 28. Mendring goes under center. Uh-oh, and he broke it. And he's gonna go all the way for a touchdown. What a play by number 31, Brian Gomez Sanchez.
And we called his name a lot last year in that first game. He was picking up a lot of yards last year, and we see just continue it this year. And it's a power. I mean, it's power run. we know they're going to run the ball, but what makes it so difficult is you don't know who they're going to hand the ball off to.
Is there enough points to put on the scoreboard tonight, Dan?
I think so.
Extra point try. It comes up, and it is good. So with 5:15 to go, score now, Mount Vernon 22, Noblesville 14. And what a run by Sanchez. Welcome back, Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales. With 5:15 to go here in the first quarter, and there have been some points put on the board tonight.
36 points already.
Mount Vernon set to get the ball back. And let's see if, there's a little squib kick. A nice job by the up man, just recovered.
Yeah. And we go back and look at this replay.
Owen Johnson with the recovery.
It's just a power run. He's a big boy. He's 6 foot 190. Was able to just keep trucking along, and then that's a long run. We know he's a big boy, but he's got the speed too. Nobody can catch him. 6 points for Noblesville, and like you said, Bill, I don't know if we have enough points on the board. We may not. The way this is going.
I don't know if I got enough room in my score sheet tonight. Sloniker in the shotgun. Puts Gentry in motion. Pitches back to Hagler. Hagler trying to work his way through and picks up maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, he's trying to find the hole. Sometimes it closes up so quickly that you just kind of got to shoot through it. And that time, Noblesville did a great job of containing him and not letting him bounce out to the outside.
So, Daniel, you're almost 4 minutes to go into the first quarter. You control the clock and just run this down?
No. I think you keep putting pressure on. Both offenses are putting points on the board. You got to keep going forward.
Sloniker hands off to LaBelle, and he gets it up close to the 50-yard line.
And the only reason I say that, Bill, is because we've seen Noblesville have 2 pretty easy touchdowns.
Right.
And you know that they can put points up on the board, but you also know your offense can too. I think you switch it up like we're seeing now, what Coach Leidy is doing, running it out, bringing the defense in with the run game, and then eventually we're going to see one of those long balls down the field by Garrick Sloniker, hopefully for another touchdown.
Sloniker now in the shotgun with LaBelle to his left side. Gentry in motion from the right to the left. Sloniker takes it, looking for Gentry, looking for somebody, throws. Is it intercepted?
Pass incomplete.
Incomplete.
Broken up by Stone.
And I almost was about to say Sloniker did a good job of not forcing anything, but I should have let the play develop like it did. And I think at that point, that was a close call. It's a very close call. You almost want to just throw that away. He had 2 defenders on him and try to force a ball that could have been an interception. So fortunate for Mount Vernon. Now they're going to have to punt here on 4th down.
4th and 4, and they will. Now this looks like we got a timeout. Noblesville. And we'll take a break. You're watching IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Hancock County Health, Bridenthal took the snap, faked the punt, tried to run, gets it back to the 50, but it's a turnover on downs. Noblesville will have it at the 50-yard line.
And that's another thing, like you said, special teams. We lost A.J. Swingle, who could kick field goals. We lost Ratliff, who was a great punter as well. So really trying to step up on that.
It looks like it's Sanchez again.
And these three running backs for Noblesville they got one that's kind of small, but the other two are some big boys, and it's hard. It's hard to stop them when those legs are moving. It's hard to stop them.
It'll be 2nd down and 5 now for Noblesville. Rendering under center, looks over at the Noblesville sidelines. Under center, hands off to Sanchez, and he's going to get some yardage close to a 1st down. It'll be 3rd and short now for Noblesville.
And this is, if you're Mount Vernon, you've got to come up with a stop here. Noblesville came back, stopped your offense. You had been on a 3-for-3 scoring drive. Now you have to turn around and stop them so they're not for a 3-for-3 scoring drive.
And we got a timeout, Mount Vernon, with 2:41 to go here in the 1st quarter. And the score, Mount Vernon 22, Noblesville 14. So you're Noblesville, it's 3rd and 1. Your coach Leidy, what do you draw? I mean, you got that 3-headed monster in the backfield. You got to stop him somehow.
Yeah, we've seen that all night. It's been difficult because you don't know where the ball is. And that's with the 3 running backs, like I said, it's more of a wishbone offense where they can go any way. They can run up the middle. They can crisscross. One can pitch out. It is so hard to defend. But as long as you have your middle defensive linemen and then your ends and linebackers containing, you can come up with a big stop here on 3rd and 1.
So let's see what we got. 3rd and 1 for the Noblesville Millers on Mount Vernon's 41-yard line. Mandarin goes under center. And they hand off to Schaffner, number 4, and he's going to pick up that 1st down.
And Mount Vernon had great coverage there. Just unfortunate. They only needed 1. It didn't stop him quick enough and was able to give up the 1st down. If you're Noblesville, this is exactly what you want. You know Mount Vernon's offense can put points up on the board. Your defense came up big and stopped them. Now you have to come back and put points up on the board as well.
Endering looks over at the Noblesville sidelines. And once again, he goes under center. Sanchez with the run.
Sanchez on the carry.
And Sanchez is so patient. If you watch him get the ball, he waits to see where he can find a hole, a little gap to get through, and that's what you want sometimes as a running back. Somebody who's strong, who can wait and get through the hole.
A nice trip up there. Schaffner with the run for Noblesville.
Schaffner on the carry. Tackle made by Johnson.
It looks like Johnson was on the stop, but it picks up a Miller 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
And once again, just hard to find. He's smaller, so he's hard to find, but great speed by Johnson to get up there to not give up the touchdown.
And they hand off to number 2.
Bell on the carry.
And Bell.
Tackle made by
Burhan on the tackle.
2nd goal for the Millers.
2nd goal now. We're just about to go under a minute here in the first quarter. Mandarin takes it, hands off to Sanchez. And he stopped.
Great defense there by Mount Vernon. They know they're going to flood the middle. If you're Noblesville now, you know they're going to flood the middle. Maybe you try to go on the outside and maybe pick up a touchdown there, but this is a big 3rd and goal.
The 8th play of this drive coming up for the Millers.
And they went right up the middle.
Bell on the carry. Tackle made by Johnson.
And Bell
went
right up the middle. Now they're going to go for it as the clock winds down to the end of the first quarter. I don't know if they're going to get it off or not, Daniel.
You got to hurry.
And they did get it off. Pass complete.
And just a simple jump pass. Brought in the big guy. We see that a lot in the NFL. You overload the middle, think you're going to try to slam it up over the goal line, but he just drops back and flips it right over the top. Bill, we got a ball game.
As the clock wound down to zeros, and it was Mandarin to the big guy, McDermott, I believe. And now they're going for 2 to tie this ball game. Mandarin takes it. But we have a penalty flag on the play.
And I think if this is against Noblesville, you're just going to decline the penalty and go into the end of the first quarter up 2.
As we look down, they're waving the penalty off. It's the extra point, no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, we've got 42 points on the board. Mount Vernon 22, Noblesville 20. We'll be back on IndianaSRN. This broadcast is copyrighted by the IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audios without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Well, Daniel, we're starting all over just like we did at the beginning of the game. Mount Vernon's going to get it to start the second quarter.
I tell you what, I think we're in for a great show tonight. I mean, both these offenses are putting up a lot of points. Defense kind of struggling a little bit, kind of got footing, but we'll see what happens here in the second quarter.
Gentry with the ball. Finds a crease, gets it across the 30. And that's where Mount Vernon will take over.
Tackle made by Steinhofer.
Here comes this touchdown.
And as you'll see, he gets on the center, little quick play action, just a little flick right over there to the big man. Looks like it was number 95, Andrew Page. 6'3", 315 pounds, and he got a touchdown, first touchdown pass for the quarterback this year.
So Mount Vernon starts on their own 33. Sloniker shotgun, puts a man in motion. And he gets it across the 35-yard line.
Little end around there by Gentry. Wasn't able to get up, break off the edge as quickly as he wanted to. So only a short gain of about 2. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
For the Marauders.
If you're Mount Vernon, I think you start looking at maybe doing a little bit more play action. I think you're setting them up perfect with the run game, but maybe on a 2nd down, taking a shot downfield, see what you can do here.
Hagler to the right side of Slonaker. Burhan in motion from the left to the right. Hagler has it. And I noticed as Hagler took the ball, he brought it around and cut right up the middle, right off the bat.
I think he was going a little too fast there, though, because he kind of got tripped up, kind of by his own feet, and maybe was able to pick up a couple more yards, but because he stumbled a little bit, fell right down on the ground. So he did the right thing by running right up the field, but just a little bit too quick.
If you're Mount Vernon, you have to get a first down here, because if you give that ball back, the momentum has shifted to Noblesville. Slonaker takes a snap, throws it out, and picks up a Marauder first down to George Burham.
And just a simple comeback route for George Burham, able to just go about 10 yards, stop, come around, and a perfectly placed ball by Garrick Slonaker.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on Noblesville, or on your own 48-yard line, are the Marauders. Slonaker, high snap, hands off to LaBelle. Breaks one tackle and almost broke a second.
And it's so important, the snap, because they can disrupt, even the smallest little out-of-place snap can disrupt the whole play, as we saw there. It slowed down Slonaker for a half a second, which slowed down LaBelle, who wasn't able to shoot the gap as quickly to pick up bigger gains. So the snapping and the center and the quarterback kind of need to get back on the same page.
Hagler to the left side of Slonaker now in the shotgun. Slonaker back to pass. Throws. Got it. Bridenthal again. Bridenthal picks up a Marauder first down.
And a great ball there. Great patience by Slonaker in the pocket. Was able to find Bridenthal. And then a great move there at the end. A little step out to the outside. Back in. Was able to run up the field for a big gain. And that's what you want if you're Mount Vernon. This gets the momentum going in the right way.
Swings that pendulum a little bit more to your side.
And that's what you need. We saw in the beginning of the game, Mount Vernon jumped out there, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, and kind of has cooled off just a little bit. They need to get the fire going again.
Slonaker to Hagler. And a nice run by Hagler.
Hagler on the carry. Tackle made by Hoffman. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hagler is a senior, 5'10", 188. So that'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Marauders. And it's on Noblesville's 14-yard line. One receiver right, one to the left. LaBelle. And he gets it close to a first down.
One thing I love about Keegan LaBelle, his feet are so quick. I mean, he gets that momentum taking off, and then you just see his feet going so fast to be able to break tackles, get through the hole. Wasn't able to as much that one, but he is a fun football player to watch.
We've watched him the last 2 or 3 years there, Daniel. Slonaker takes a snap, hands off to LaBelle. Penalty flag comes out. Hold on to your hats. Let's see what the penalty is.
LaBelle on the carry. Penalty on the play.
It's going to be holding on Mount Vernon. So that will negate that first down run by Keegan LaBelle.
And if you're Mount Vernon, that is not what you want. You had the momentum going in the right direction, and just unfortunate. And, you know, we haven't seen it as much as we saw at the beginning of the year last year, as many penalties. We've seen a couple. So they are making progress, but a lot of these guys are first-time starters. Yeah. They had a great senior class last year. didn't get to start because of that senior class, and now they're getting the step up and having to start. So little first game, first week jitters. Hopefully we'll get this cleaned up going throughout the season.
So that marks the ball back to about the 20-yard line of Noblesville. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 11. The ball's on Noblesville's 19, they say. Slaneker takes it. Throws.
Intercepted.
And it's intercepted. Slaneker's first INT of this year.
Pass intercepted by the Millers.
And a great interception. He laid out full extension. Was it the best throw? No. But, I mean, we watched this. It's a crossing route right over the middle of the field. Tries to lead him, led him too much, and then just by the safety coming up, gets his arms underneath the ball for the interception.
So Noblesville takes over.
That'll be 1st and 10 on the
8:30 to go in the first half. And they'll take over on their own 3-yard line. Now if you're Mount Vernon, you got them pinned deep. Let's see what the defense for Mount Vernon can do. And Mount Vernon calls another timeout. So 8:30 to go here in the first half. 22 Mount Vernon, 20 Noblesville. Sports management careers are booming. When you're managing the business side of sports, you're always a major player in the game. Our graduates work in crucial and demanding positions at sports organizations and venues, managing arenas and stadiums, handling publicity for their favorite teams, and developing the market for innovative sports products. Contact us at iupui.edu/sportsmanagement. So Mount Vernon defense coming back onto the field. Noblesville offense is patiently waiting.
And we know they have that momentum and they're ready to keep going forward.
With that interception, that was the 8th play of that drive that started on your own 33-yard line. Mendring under center.
Bell on the carry.
Bell on the carry for Noblesville.
It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Millers.
If you're Noblesville, this being backed up does not scare you. Typically, you don't want to throw out of your own end zone. And with the run game and the success of the run game so far for Noblesville, they're not in a horrible situation. Mount Vernon's got to step up here defensively.
There's another run by Noblesville. And it looks.
Rogers Holton on the carry. Rise up, fans.
And this is a big 3rd down, becoming 3rd and 5 here. They chipped away a little bit. They're not backed up at the end zone, but this is a big 3rd down if you're Mount Vernon.
Mendring under center. And he got a big first down, and he's going to get more. And with this run, Noblesville will take the lead. Schaffner all the way for a touchdown.
90 yards. And it's the same play we saw in the first touchdown of the game. It's now the next play on the 4th touchdown. Mount Vernon's got to answer. They got to come up with some type of solution to stop this run game because Noblesville is running them out of this game slowly.
Extra point try now coming for Noblesville. Ball's down, kicks in the air, and it is good. 7:19 to go here in the first half. It is now Noblesville 27, Mount Vernon 22. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Hancock County Health Stadium, the campus of Mount Vernon High School. 7:19 to go here in the first half, and the Millers have gotten their first lead of the night on a big run by Schaffner. That's 27-22, the Millers. Kick coming down, and that one goes out of bounds. So Mount Vernon.
Penalty on the play.
We'll get the ball.
Procedure on the Millers.
Looks like they're going to have them kick it again.
So would you do that, or would you take the penalty and, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say. That was probably the furthest kick we've seen tonight by Noblesville. So, it's kind of up in the air. I see where they're coming from, Coach Leidy with Mount Vernon wanting to kick again because you want a chance to return it to get better yards. But if Noblesville squibs it, then you're really looking pretty. So we'll see what Noblesville does here.
Letourneau is the kicker for Noblesville. He's got the ball teed up at his 35. Approaches the ball, and there's that squib. Nice recovery there by number 3 of Mount Vernon.
Zhao recovers the kick.
Kevin Zhao.
First and 10 for the Marauders.
If you're Mount Vernon, you got to come out and you got to run the offense like you were doing the first 2 plays of the game where you jumped out quickly to a 15-0 lead. You haven't had an answer for them since. No. And you're an offense that has a lot of returners. Now the offensive line not as much, but you got a quarterback and a running back who can do great things with the receiving core.
There's another high snap. Flare pass out to Gentry is incomplete. And again, the high snap, Daniel, is disrupting the flow, the rhythm.
Absolutely. As a quarterback, if you have a cadence, you have a step count that you practice, that you know on whatever play you're calling, and when the ball goes high, it disrupts the whole cadence and your whole step count, and then you rush the throw, as we saw Slunaker do there. Had Gentry open, but let him too much by rushing it a little bit.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Marauders. Again, another high snap. LaBelle, and he is thrown for a loss. Watch out, because Noblesville, that pendulum we talked about, has swung back to more Noblesville.
Absolutely, and Mount Vernon center has to get something figured out here. Once again, that was a high snap, disrupts the play, disrupts the steps. Everything in an offensive play in football goes to a rhythm. And if your rhythm is thrown off before the play even starts, it's hard to recover, as we saw with LaBelle there getting stopped for a loss.
So now it's 3rd and 15 for the Marauders. Slunaker back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, stays on his feet, throws, complete, but it's going to be short of the first down.
Pass complete.
And they had the safety coming in. I thought he was going to pick it off and go a pick 6.
Yeah, and that's a hard throw for Slunaker, the quarterback for Mount Vernon. He has to come across his body as a righty, moving from the right side of the field to the left side of the field, come across and throw it. It gets lofty a little bit, but was able to come down. Now it's not as far back for a fourth down as if it was an incomplete pass. So we're able to get back some yardage here.
Bridenthal back to do the punting. Snap. It's a high kick. Calling for a fair catch is Schaffner. So Noblesville takes over. 5:36 to go here in the first half. And here comes the powerful Miller offense now.
And Mount Vernon's got to come up with an answer. Noblesville came up with an answer on both sides of the ball for Mount Vernon's offense, and now they're struggling to stop them. The Millers are just running all over Mount Vernon, and they cannot figure out this offense. This is something we did not see last year. We started in the beginning, but later in the game they were able to stop them.
Vendring takes a snap, hands off to Schaffner. He's the first guy through. And this time, the defense for Mount Vernon there to stop him.
The biggest thing as a defensive lineman is you watch the ball. I know it's fun to get in there, hit somebody. You know there's an offensive line, but you got to watch the ball, where it goes so that you can get in there. Once again, he was able to pick up a decent yardage of 5 yards and didn't get touched until he got knocked down right at after a 5-yard gain.
They give it to number 9 for Rogers Walton on the carry.
And Rogers Walton is another big boy, 5'10", 210 senior. And he got hit right at the line but just kept driving, and Mount Vernon could not bring him down, was able to pick up the first down for the Millers.
1st and 10 for the Millers. Mendering goes under center once again. Now he looks over at the Noblesville sideline. Hand off to Bell. And I think one of the things the defense has got to do, it looks like they might be trying to go after the ball, but you got to stop the legs. You wrap the legs, you're going nowhere.
Absolutely. You got to put it together. You got to put it all together. Watch the ball. Once you see who has the ball, wrap them up at the legs, because you know that's what you have to stop from the driving.
And there goes Bell again.
And a perfect tackle there by Keegan LaBelle. Went right at the legs to knock him down. Looks like Bell is getting up just a little slow there, but that's a perfect tackle if you're Keegan LaBelle. Don't try to wrap him up. Don't try to strong arm him. Knock him at the legs.
Nope, they picked up the first down.
Looks like the officials have signaled a first down.
Mendring goes under center once again for the Millers. Hands off to Rogers Walton. Not before he picks up about 5 on the play.
Tackle made by Ackley.
And Noblesville is just literally running it right up the middle. I mean, they're using the strength of their 2 running backs. They then can hand it off to Schaffner, who's smaller and faster. So a good combination they have in the backfield from these running backs.
And they give it to the first guy through. That's Schaffner
on the carry. Tackle made by LaBelle.
LaBelle on the tackle, but Noblesville picks up another first down. They're across the midfield stripe. 3:25 to go here in the first half. Sanchez with the run.
And I tell you what, Bill, this is power football. Power football by the Noblesville Millers. Running the ball up the field. They're not picking up huge gains, meaning 10, 15 yards, but they're just chopping away. 5 yards here, 6 yards there, 4 yards here. Then they come a big run of 8 yards. And Mount Vernon just doesn't have an answer right now.
Mendering under center. That was Schaffner again.
Schaffner on the carry.
And picks up another Noblesville first down.
That's it for Miller.
This play, Daniel, coming up is the 9th play in this drive that started on their own 39 or their own 18.
And just chipping away slowly and surely. They're just moving the ball forward.
Sanchez with the run.
And if you're Noblesville, why go away from this? This is working. Like you just said, Bill, they started at their own 18. They are now at the Mount Vernon 31, so they are moving the ball down the field, eating away time at this first half, and they know that they get the ball coming out at halftime.
Landering under center. Rogers Walton with the carry. Keegan LaBelle leading the charge for the Mount Vernon defense. The 10th play of the drive. This is the 11th coming up. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 3rd and 3 for Noblesville.
Big play for both teams here, Noblesville and Mount Vernon.
Sanchez with the run, and I don't know if he got it. I don't.
The way they're marking it off, he looks like he's going to be short. But if you're Noblesville, you know you have the momentum. You're at the Mount Vernon 20-27. Why not go for it? I mean, there's a minute left. You know you got the clock or the kickoff coming out at halftime.
Right.
This is a no-brainer for Noblesville.
4th and a yard to go. And it's Rogers Walton, and he picks up a Noblesville first down.
And that's the benefit of just chipping away at the yardage. 3 yards here, 5 yards there. All they needed was about 1.5 yards to pick up that first down, and they got it with ease. And now you're under a minute. Clock's on your side, and coming out of the half is on your side.
1st and 10 for the Millers. Brandon keeps it himself, runs to the left side. Brought down by LaBelle. And Noblesville calls a timeout.
LaBelle with the stop. Timeout, Noblesville.
39 seconds to go here in the first half. 27-22, Noblesville. Catch up on what's going on with the IHSAA Foundation. Subscribe to our newsletter, The Advocate. Email us at ihsaafoundation.org. Here's the situation. 39 seconds to go here in the first half. Noblesville with the lead and the ball. They got 2nd and 7. And let's see what kind of offense Coach Sharp wants to draw up now.
Now you kind of step away from the game you've been playing the whole game. Your game, your strategy. You've been running the ball. You haven't. I think they tried to throw maybe once or twice. That's it. If that, I think you ran the ball. We got 39 seconds, and you know that you can chip away yardage by yardage, but the problem is you only got 39 seconds left. You can't really run the ball 21 yards in 39 seconds with the offense you've had, so you're going to have to change it up a little bit.
And you got the 2 big receivers in Ransom, McDermott, number 90, and number 95, Drew Page. 2nd and 7, Millers. Mendering goes under center. Puts Sanchez in motion. Takes a snap. Schaffner has it. Trying to cut it to the outside. Penalty flag thrown. I think it's going to be against the Millers.
I think so too. Yep, holding against the Millers. It's going to back them up. If you're Mount Vernon, that was a pretty decent stop. You actually kept him inbounds too, so they're going to have to burn another timeout. But, you know, fortunate they got the penalty go back.
It'll be a holding call on the Millers, so that'll back them up to about Mount Vernon's 28-yard line.
That'll be 2nd and 28 for the Millers.
Second at about 14. And I think they're just content to maybe let this thing run down. And
LaBelle with the stop.
And we got a timeout. Noblesville.
Well, Bill?
23 seconds to go.
He came back and he made you eat your words there.
He did.
I thought he was going to run it out too.
He did. In 2002, Piper Logistics was established with the encouragement and financial support of a spirited customer who helped Greg and Tim develop their vision. If you need something transported, contact Piper Logistics at 317-395-1023. Stay up to date with IHSAA sports news at our sports page at IndianaSRN.org or Troy at radiotroy.com. Third down and 11 for the Millers. 23 seconds to go.
Rise up, fans.
In the first half. I think Mandarin's going to air it out now.
Yeah, I might as well take a shot here. 3rd and 11.
A pick six would be nice. Penalty flag comes in and overthrows, incomplete, but let's check the penalty.
Penalty on the play.
Illegal motion maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It came from the underjudge there, middle of the field, so I'm not sure. It's right at the flag's right at the line of scrimmage. No flag.
They're waving it off. So now it'll be 4th down.
No flag on the play. That'll bring up 4th down for the Millers.
And they're keeping the offense on the field with 17.8 seconds to go here in the first half. As the Marauder fans come to life. And they pass it to Schaffner. He breaks the tackle. But he's finally ran out of bounds on the far side.
And if you're Mount Vernon, that is exactly not what you want. Give up a first down on a 4th and about 11. Great play, though. I mean, there was just some confusion. I was confused as a as a commentary, but as a defender, couldn't even imagine what they're thinking because I don't know. But now they're going to line up to kick the field goal.
Turo in for the field goal try for Noblesville. Snap, the ball's down, the kick is in the air, and it is good. So with 4.6 seconds to go in the first half, here's the play that picks up that first down.
And just a simple screen. See the confusion? Even Paul there is just looking for the ball, and he waits. Perfect execution by the quarterback. Let the defense get up as close as they can, and then it's one-on-one with your running back and big man. But luckily, a corner was out there to bring him down and didn't do as much damage as they could have on that drive.
So 4.6 seconds to go in the first half. And the score now, Noblesville 30 and Mount Vernon 22. Funny that we mentioned this score, Daniel, because this morning in the newspaper, they had Mount Vernon winning this game 30-22.
Well, it's in the wrong direction right now. It's in the wrong direction right now. But there's a lot of game left. Who knows? Mount Vernon is you got Gentry back, and you know what kind of magic he can make happen. So we'll see here. Yeah, 4.6 seconds left to the halftime. If Noblesville's smart, they're going to squib this
one. Yep.
so they don't get Gentry a shot.
And the ball's teed up. And there is that squib we talked about. And it gets it up across the 40-yard line, but not before time has run out in the first half. With the score, Noblesville 30, Mount Vernon 22. And Noblesville just kind of went on a run there once Mount Vernon had the lead at 22-20. And then when they were up at the end of the half, first quarter, they're up 22-20. Well, then Noblesville runs off 10 straight points, leading 30-22.
Yeah, Mount Vernon's defense has not had an answer to this Noblesville offense. And we talked about this a little bit in pregame. We saw it last year. We saw this offense is unique. It's more of like a wishbone, as I said, with a fullback in the middle, 2 halfbacks on the sides. They flip it up sometimes. It's almost with Gomez and partner, I forget the other running back's name, but those 2 big boys, it's almost like it's 2 fullbacks and 1 running back, but they're able to keep chipping away at yardage, and Mount Vernon just doesn't have an answer right now.
Well, the other running back you're referring to is Rogers Walton. And, they got those 2 big guys. They got 2 big receivers, which they only used once on a pass to complete. But then, Schaffner, the 2 big running backs, Parker Bell, and then Mendering. He can run the ball also. Absolutely. So, you've got a monster out there that Mount Vernon at halftime has to make adjustments,
Absolutely.
Make a stop.
There's some conversations with that defensive line to make some adjustments at the halftime at the locker room. So we'll see what they come out with starting the second half.
And with that, the score is Noblesville 30, Mount Vernon 22. And Mount Vernon got off to a good start, took the opening kick, started at their own 41 play, touchdown Mount Vernon. Then they come back, got another touchdown. Now they're up, or the touchdown extra point, they're up 15-0. It's like, okay, here we go. Then Noblesville's like, okay, we let you have your run. Now here comes this monster.
I think Noblesville won the on-the-fly changes game between the 2 teams because they were able to make that adjustment in the middle of that first half and just stop Mount Vernon right in their tracks.
We already talked about how you got to make adjustments at the halftime. But your coach, Leidy, you go in, what are you telling your squad now? Because you had a big lead, and then you let it diminish.
A lot of game left. A lot of game left. Keep your head up.
That's right.
You got to keep pushing forward. The game's definitely not over, so a lot of game left.
With that, we're going to take a break. The halftime show coming up. The score again here at halftime is Noblesville 30, Mount Vernon 22. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks. I'm trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I get her! Not solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah!
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Game day on Indiana SRN. And now here's a special message from Assistant Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Sandra Walter.
In cooperation with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Indiana SRN would like to thank the men and women who officiate our sports contests. Congratulations to the following officials who've been selected as Official of the Year in their respective sport. This distinction is based on service to student athletes, coaches, and community over decades. These men and women have given countless hours to promoting and ensuring that education-based athletics are afforded to your student athlete. In cross country, Mr. Ted Knopfsinger. Soccer for 21-22, Mr. Lawrence Lohner. In volleyball in the north, Mr. Steve Klein. And in football in Lake County, Mr. Fred Schob. If you'd like to become an IHSAA official, please contact Sandra Walter at the IHSAA office, phone number 317-846-6601. And a huge thank you to Mr. Keith Meyer and Indiana SRN for being such an advocate to our officials, our student athletes, and our administrators of 407 member schools across the state of Indiana. We certainly thank you for the support and the constant effort to promote all that is good about education-based athletics.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Students definitely inspire me. I love my job. I love the light bulb moments. I love being that caretaker and caregiver for other people's children all day long.
I've noticed that a lot of kids are really nervous and anxious about doing everything perfect. And I think that when they really get to know me and I get to know them, I can help them understand that just being their self is right. As long as they believe in themselves and are confident in themselves, then their schoolwork shines.
What distinguishes Mount Vernon Community School Corporation? Our students are proof of the high-quality academics and exceptional dynamic teachers. Mount Vernon schools are among the top districts in the state, with our 4-star schools and an A-rated district. But it's more than that. Mount Vernon schools are known for instilling core values that inspire excellence, build character, and support others.
Mount Vernon is a place where hard work and big dreams equal amazing accomplishments. We are a growing school district in the heart of Indiana, and we provide our students with exemplary academics in a blended learning environment. Through a multitude of opportunities and a safe learning environment, we inspire a love of learning in our students so that they can thrive as adults. I believe all students deserve to learn at high levels, and for us to accomplish that vision, we must meet the needs of the whole child. Our one-to-one environment helps to provide enriching educational projects that challenge students. As a matter of fact, our district was one of the first in the state to be kindergarten through grade 12 STEM certified. Mount Vernon Community School Corporation provides high-quality academics, arts, and athletics.
My education at Mount Vernon Middle School has been outstanding because the teachers are just so amazing and they know exactly what they're teaching and they know how to cater to every student's needs.
I love how many clubs and activities we have. There's always like another club that makes you feel like you belong there and like you have a place in this school.
Every person can come to Mount Vernon Middle School and get a good education.
你们喜欢吃什么?
Our teachers inspire students with a passion for learning, nurturing their growth in innovative, progressive ways.
I don't care how good you are, I want you to try your best at this. And as long as you try your best, there's a good chance that they're going to succeed in what they're doing in that day. So I always say, just do your best.
I feel here at Mount Vernon, we have an increased rigor that some students might not be used to, but that's what they're going to see in high school, that's what they're going to see in college, that's what they're going to expect to see in the workforce.
Together as a Mount Vernon family, we provide positive experiences to challenge and develop each child to their fullest potential.
All three of my children have graduated, they have all received scholarships. And the teachers, they go out of their way to make sure that the young people are well prepared, starting from kindergarten level. This is a community, we're a family, we're all here to work together.
Our students thrive, strive, and succeed because at Mount Vernon Schools, we engage, educate, and empower. It's what we believe. It's what we do for all our students.
Discover Mount Vernon, where teachers are focused on one thing, your child.
We are Mount Vernon Schools!
And welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. We are here at halftime where Mount Vernon trails 22-30 to Noblesville Millers. I'm Daniel Morales here in the booth. Go over some scores around the state of Indiana. A lot of games opening night here in Indiana for football. Greatest time of the year. First one's up is Mooresville and Lebanon. Mooresville really coming in. They're ranked second, I believe. Actually, no, they're behind Mount Vernon at fourth, and they are winning right now 35-7. We go and look at the big one tonight, Center Grove and Warren Central, where Coach Kirshner, the last 2 years, has been at Mount Vernon, now moved over to Warren, is at down 23-7 in the second quarter as we speak. Some other ones around the league. Lawrence North and Avon, tight one in the second quarter, 7-6. Avon has the advantage at that time. A lot of football games tonight. Fishers and North Central, 20. Fisher, North Central 0. So Fisher's putting on a beating there as well. We go and look at some of the games that we are covering tonight. IndianaSRN, Heritage is up 21-0 on Traders Point. Speedway 14, Covenant 7. So close one over there in the second quarter as well. We look around, keep going around. We got Pike and Zionsville. An interesting score here in the second quarter. 7 Zionsville, 2 from Pike. So 7-2. And then we look at Arsenal Tech at Indianapolis, Washington, a 3-2 game. And yes, that is football. I promise that is football. So a lot of games. Here's a big one. Interconference rival for Mount Vernon, New Pal, is losing 13-27 against Decatur Central in the second quarter. So a lot of points being put up there, as we've seen here tonight at the Mount Vernon game as well. Some other games around the state of Indiana. Roncalli is up 28-7 over Southport. We got Western Boone up 34-13 in Sheridan. Yorktown, another interconference game, up 20-0 against Anderson. And then as we see tonight, Mount Vernon losing right now 22-30 to Noblesville. A lot of games, a lot of big scores, a lot of big games as well. Brownsburg and Ben Davis, I don't have that update right now, but they are downtown at Lucas Oil Stadium. Couple games there tonight and I believe tomorrow as well. Tell you what, we got a tight one here tonight. And I think Mount Vernon has got a lot of work handed to him this first half.
Yeah, and, one of the things that I'm noticing, and I went down and was talking to Rich Torres, who writes for the Greenfield Reporter, And one of the things, and we talked about it in our pregame, what Mount Vernon are missing are the big front guys up front on defense, because like we mentioned, Makai Richmond, Matt Ford, you know, if this was last year, they would have had those plays stopped.
Yeah, and we saw it last year. I mean, these three running backs were back, and here again this year. They were juniors last year. Some of the seniors, one is a sophomore, now a junior. They ran that same offense last year.
Right.
And it did damage in that first quarter. I remember it. I was like, oh, my gosh, they can't figure out how to stop it. But you have that senior leadership to take over. They don't have that this year.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more for you. You're watching IndianaSRN.org.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc., within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is, and that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on IndianaSRN. If you would like to know more information about IndianaSRN, send me an email, coach@IndianaSRN.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
What's going on?
Live back at Hancock County Health Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. And we are at halftime with the score, the Noblesville Millers 30, the Mount Vernon Marauders 22. And we talked about a couple of things off air that we mentioned it in our pregame that, they're missing the big guys on the front line. These guys that are on the front line tonight have to learn, you got to stop the run, And unofficially, I've got Noblesville running 37 offensive plays to Noblesville's 24. I think what Mount Vernon's got to do when they get the ball back is just tell Sloniker, let her go, baby. Let her go.
We look at the first 2 plays of Mount Vernon's offensive series were both touchdowns.
Right.
They were both perfectly executed passes by Garrett Sloniker in the pocket. I get it, they made adjustments. The center hasn't had the best snaps tonight. Like I said earlier in the first half, as a quarterback, it's all about your cadence. It's all about your footwork, your step count. And if a bad snap throws that off, it throws the whole play off and you have to adjust. Sloniker he is a senior. He's been in this position for the last 2 years. Last year as a full-time starter. 2 years ago he split reps. But he's still young. I mean, we got to remember these kids are 17, 18 years old. They're not NFL. They're not college kids. They can't make that quick adjustment off the feet like a Patrick Mahomes can, or a Tom Brady. So it is tough when a bad snap comes to you. It throws off your whole cadence. what Slooniker needs to do is take a breath, realize that, hey, this could happen. Play in your head, what are you going to do? What are you going to adjust? What are you going to look for? It's a bad snap. Okay, where am I looking right away? Most offensive plays have a dump play. They have a dump pass.
Right.
So you have your cadence, your reads. You look at 1, you look at 2, 3, not there. Okay, 4th option, dump pass. If that's who you got to go to first after a high snap, look there. If you can look out for one receiver and then go there, great. He can't get frantic and throw the ball wherever he wants to, as we saw in that interception.
That's a thing that come to my mind as you were talking about this, Daniel, was he gets a high snap. Would it be better for him not to look if it's a high snap, just take the ball and take off because we know he can run?
Yeah, and it's different too. Your offense is designed to either run the ball, your front line is going to push to make that adjustment, to push the front line to be able to run the ball. Pass play, they're going to drop back, protect your quarterback. He only has X amount of time in the pocket to make a play. Yes, if he has that opportunity, is that the first thing he goes to? Maybe not, but he's got to make some type of adjustment. He has to understand bad snaps are going to happen. It's happened a lot in the first half. It's more than likely going to happen in the second half. And next week they're going to have to practice on it, but he's got to make those adjustments.
You look at Mount Vernon's schedule, and after tonight they will be back home next week against Franklin. And the last couple of years we've traveled over to Richmond, or had Richmond come over here, and now we've got a new opponent in Franklin. So, you're right. You make adjustments at halftime for this second half, but you still need to take care of this second half. Work your offense, work the defense, make stops, score points, and with that, we're going to take our timeout.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Welcome back to Hancock County Health Stadium. We are on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales, and we are ready in about 20 seconds to get the second half underway. Mount Vernon won the coin toss. They elected to take the ball first. That's when they went down, scored their one play, scored touchdown, went up 7-0. So now Noblesville will get the ball to start this second half, and we'll see what kind of adjustments this Mount Vernon defense has done to stop And I've used it all night, the three-headed monster of Noblesville.
Yeah, they got a big task ahead of them. We saw what Noblesville did literally right before the half, and Mount Vernon really didn't have an answer. Kind of came up at the end there, but still gave up a big 4th and 11 play with 37 seconds left that gave Noblesville an opportunity to put 3 up on the board. So Mount Vernon's got to make a lot of adjustments coming into the second half.
Kick coming down. Schaffner's going to take it. And he breaks it to the outside, gets up to the 40, and ran out of bounds close to the 45-yard line.
And that's a great start if you're Noblesville. If you're Mount Vernon, that's not the start that you want coming out at halftime. Noblesville to start with great field position almost all the way to the midfield. Looks like they're going to be starting about the 43-yard line, so great field position to start for Noblesville.
Like Daniel said, they start at their own 43-yard line. And now we'll see what Mount Vernon can do. They go with Sanchez, Schaffner, and it looks like Rogers Walton. Hand off to Sanchez. And he moves that pile.
Better containment there by Mount Vernon defensive front line. But still the strength of Sanchez to keep driving, was able to pick up. They kind of knocked him right at the line of scrimmage, but still was able to pick up about 2 or 3 yards there.
They got him listed as 6'1" senior, or 6 foot senior, 190. Maranding goes under center. Hands off to Sanchez again.
And that time, literally, hey, if his feet are going to keep moving, let's just pick him up and try to drag him back. He was literally off the ground there, but good tackle, bringing up a big 3rd down. And if you're Mount Vernon, you need this stop. You need this stop to stop that momentum that Noblesville had before the end of the half.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 now. An official timeout looks like down there on the field. Now we're ready to go. Miranda goes under center. Now he raises up, looks at the Noblesville sideline, as he's done this all evening long. Takes a snap. Sanchez on the run, and he's going to pick up a 1st down.
And once again, the front line, somebody we haven't given a lot of credit to tonight for Noblesville is that Noblesville Miller's offensive front line. They are big boys. There are some really big boys back there who can push that front line and creating these holes for these running backs.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. They are at Mount Vernon's 47-yard line. The hand off to Schaffner. He's going to be stopped there by Keegan LaBelle.
I tell you, Bill, just another 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, and then they bust a little bit longer at like 7 yards. And then they get the 1st down. It's Mount Vernon just got to come up with a way to stop this. They got to watch the ball and see who has it.
2nd and 7. They give it to Schaffner, and he breaks it, and he's down across the 20-yard line of Mount Vernon for a Noblesville 1st down.
And it's that same play that's beat Mount Vernon over and over and over again. Quarterback does a quick little pitch behind him as he throws it to his running back going up the middle, and then fakes a handoff to the outside and just throws Mount Vernon off every time. He's able to sneak through there and pick up huge gains.
Randy goes under center. Begins his count, takes a snap, hands off to Rogers Walton, and he busts it to the outside and goes in for another Noblesville touchdown, and a penalty flag comes out at the last as he crossed the goal line.
Yeah, the defender just shoved him. He was already clearly in the end zone and just shoved him all out of the end zone, and Easy penalty there.
So at the 9:10 mark, Rogers Walton goes in for the score.
Personal foul on the Marauders.
Extra point try now coming up for the Noblesville Millers. So are they going to assess the penalty on the kickoff? Or are they going to personal foul on the Marauders? Touchdown's good. It will be assessed on the kickoff.
The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Extra point try now coming for the Millers. Toro in for the try. High snap. Kicks up, and the kick is no good.
The extra point is no good.
So with 9:10 to go here in the third quarter, your score now, Noblesville 36, Mount Vernon 22. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales, the Millers. They're just running at will, Daniel.
Yeah, and Mount Vernon has no answer for it, not able to adjust. And coming into this year, we knew that Mount Vernon was going to struggle on the defensive side. They had a lot of seniors that were pivotal team members of this team, and it's showing tonight.
That kick, after the assessment on the penalty, goes into the end zone. I looked at my score sheet here, Daniel. The last time Mount Vernon scored was back in the first quarter at the 5:33 mark. They went up 22-7. Since that time, been all Noblesville.
Yeah, and Mount Vernon, they can't adjust. I don't know. It is tough. It's a different type of offense. It's not something you see a lot. But there comes a point when you have to make that adjustment on defense. You have to be able to see where the ball is going and the plays that they're running and make those adjustments.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders. At their own 20, they pitch back to LaBelle, and there's just nothing there. That defense for Noblesville is alive.
LaBelle with the carry.
Yeah, and Mount Vernon's offense just – it looks like the air just went out of the building with them. I mean, Snedeker's not eager to get up to the line. He's not eager to get the guys in. He's now under center because the center and him have been having issues with the snap. A lot of different things that we're seeing now that we did not see in that first quarter offense.
Now Snedeker is in the shotgun position. LaBelle to his left side. Takes a snap, hands off to LaBelle. And again, LaBelle is dropped almost in the backfield. So to bring up a 3rd and long for Mount Vernon.
And Bill, I don't do this a lot because I'm up here and they're down there, but there's some calls in these play calls. You know, you saw what they did in the first quarter, first 2 plays.
Right.
Great execution, and we come out and you run the ball, you're down 14. You got to make an adjustment. You got to make adjustment in the offense. Go with what works.
So it's 3rd down and 11 for the Marauders from their own 19-yard line. Sloniker back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws and incomplete.
And that's expected there. If you're Noblesville, that's probably the easiest play to read. You're now 3rd and 11. You know you have to throw the ball. We're going to rush somebody right up the middle, and it goes back to the play calling. Now we do have – this is a new offensive coordinator for Mount Vernon this year, and there are some adjustment periods, first game as well, but you can't go away with what's working. And we saw those first 2 plays of the game work excellently.
Bridenthal back to do the punting now for the Marauders. Takes the snap. High punt. Coming down. And then takes a Noblesville little bit of bounce. And finally downed at their own 45-yard line. So 7:37 to go is when Noblesville will take over. At their own 45. 1st and 10, Millers. From their own 45 with 7:37 to go here in this 3rd quarter. And they've got a 15-point lead, or 14-point lead at 36-22. 2-possession game if you can make a stop here.
Same play right up the middle.
And there he goes. Schaffner off to the house for another Miller touchdown.
And Mount Vernon has no answer for that play. It is the exact same play that we've seen the last 3 touchdowns. And they just can't stop it. They can't stop it.
Well, what happened is Morandine took the ball. They ran Sanchez to the right. And then, kind of the defense went that way. And then Schaffner takes the ball and heads right up and scores a touchdown. Extra point try coming up. And this one is good. So 7:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Your score now, Noblesville 43, Mount Vernon 22. We'll be back on Indiana SRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales. And the Noblesville Millers are definitely making a statement for the other 6A clubs that they'll be facing later on this year.
Absolutely. We talked about them coming back and wanting revenge on the Mount Vernon's home field as they put a stomping on them at their home field last year. And they're executing to a T. I mean, this offense's defense had some hiccups in the first quarter, but ever since has turned it up, and Mount Vernon just does not have an answer for it.
Kickoff. Bounces. Trying to bounce it outside is Gentry, I believe.
Gentry on the return.
And it was Gentry. So Mount Vernon will take over on their own 40. 7:23 to go, 3rd quarter.
A 1st and 10 for the Marauders on the 37-yard line.
Well, now they mark it to 37. Sloniker, and this offense has to get something going. Trip receivers to the left side for Mount Vernon. Sloniker takes a snap, pitches back to Hagler. Trying to get outside. He does and almost picks up a first down.
But unfortunately, there is a penalty on the play. It looks like it's holding coming back, and it's just not going Mount Vernon's way tonight.
Yep, it is holding. Wow.
Great play call. Great blocking. Front line did great execution. Just one of those receivers on the outside held on a little too long. I think you got to understand once he gets to the outside of that circle, you got to let go. You got to let go of the jersey. You can't hold him all the way to the ground. Fortunately, he did. Picked up the penalty, and it negates a great run there.
So now it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Marauders. The ball's backed up to their 32-yard line now. Sloniker in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands off to Hegler again, trying to get to that outside. He does, but he's finally pushed out of bounds.
And once again was able to stretch it to the outside, was able to pick up a decent yardage, come back to about the original line of scrimmage, going to bring up about 2nd and 11, 2nd and 10, looks like where the ball marker is. If you're Mount Vernon, you got to realize we're 6 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter. We still have a whole nother quarter, and they put up 22-1. So they can do this. They can come back from this.
Now we got a penalty flag. Is it going to go against Mount Vernon? It is on a false start. Oh, man.
Penalty on the play.
You cannot let these things happen.
No, definitely not.
And like you said earlier, you know, come next week at practice, there's a lot of stuff that needs cleaned up.
Yeah, absolutely. As we said early on in the pregame, a lot of these guys are first-time starters, haven't been there, and don't know the intensity of an actual Friday night game, and they're learning that quickly tonight.
Gentry in motion. Fake the handoff to Hagler. Throws out to Bridenthal.
Yeah, Bridenthal again. And that right there, perfect execution. What we saw early on in the first quarter was able to make those completions, and now we're going back to that play calling, and you got to move the ball down the field, mix it up. Keep Noblesville on their toes. We know that this offense can run and gun. We know that this offense can put the ball on the ground and pick up yards as well.
3rd down and 1 for the Marauders, and we got a penalty on Noblesville, offsides.
Penalty on the play.
Well, now we'll bring up a first down. That's what you want if you're Mount Vernon. That's
right.
A little bit of positivity. You just got a big gain, a big pickup to bring up a 2nd and 9, and now you got a first down on a mistake by Noblesville. You have them on their heels. You got to keep pushing.
You credit that to Sloniker with his, count.
I credit it to anybody that's going to move it go the other way.
Hagler on the run, trying to bounce it outside. 40, 35, across the 35, and picks up a Marauder first down.
And that's a great run there, but what he has to adjust is he can't run into the back of your blocker. You have to keep finding the hole, shoot the gap. He could have got another yard or two by shooting the gap, but he ran right into him and just stopped right on the spot. You got to keep running.
1st and 10 for the Marauders. Sloniker. He's got Hagler in the backfield with him. Takes it. Pitches back to Hagler. Now he's dancing and finally runs out of bounds.
Go forward. You got to go forward. And that's something that they teach young. You don't dance. I know you see it in the NFL, but this is Mount Vernon football. This isn't the Indianapolis Colts. You have to get the yardage where you can.
Not Dancing with the Stars, huh?
No, definitely not. Not America's Got Talent.
2nd down. And 10 now for Mount Vernon. Sloniker looks over at the sideline of Mount Vernon. Shotgun position. Takes us.
Oh.
And now we got a penalty flag as the ball was snapped. And it was false start on Mount Vernon.
Penalty on the play.
That's probably the most fortunate penalty. That's the one time you want a penalty because the center looked like he moved forward and the ball, I guess he forgot to throw the ball back, and it was a false start. So great pickup there by the head judge and the backfield. And this crew has been doing a great job tonight. This crew, actually, talking to them in the pregame on the field, they did the 2A state championship last year, and that was a close game.
Sloneker begins his count, then looks over at the Mount Vernon sideline. 2nd and 15. Got to come up with something here, fellas. Takes the snap. Sloneker airs it out. Got Burhan. He got bumped, and no penalty. No penalty. Oh,
man. I mean, he did.
He bumped him a little bit, but
he did. He got in the
you know what? These guys have been doing a great job all night.
Yeah.
It's going to be now 3rd and 15 for Mount Vernon. LaBelle to the left side of Sloneker. If it comes up to 4th and short, you've got to go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sloneker back to pass. Looking, can't find anybody, and throwing for a loss.
And now you got a punt. I mean, it's 4th and about 20.
Tackle made by Sierra. So they're going to 4th down for the Marauders.
Bridenthal in to do the punting, I believe. Well, it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field.
Down 21. 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I mean, it could go either way.
Wow. Sloneker back to pass. Got a man. Complete. And picked up a Mount Vernon 1st down. Oh, man.
There's that connection. Sloneker to Gentry. Perfect play. Had it going. Great play call there by Coach Jacobs on the sideline. That was perfectly executed by the two that we said early in the game had that connection. So good to see it go back there. Big 1st down for Mount Vernon.
And an excellent job by the offensive front line that gave Sloneker the time.
Absolutely. The pressure was coming. They picked it up where they could. Sloneker made a great pass in pressure as well as a hand in his face and great execution.
Sloneker pitches back to Hagler. Hagler run out of bounds.
Hagler on the carry.
It'll be 2nd down now.
And Coach Jacobs on the sideline, let him know, run up the field. Don't go to the sideline. You got to run up the field.
2nd and 10. Didn't pick anything up on that one. 4:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Trip receivers to the left side. 1 to the right. Sloneker. And they stopped there.
Yeah, just great defensive pressure there by number 93 for Noblesville.
Rogers.
Yeah, Josh Rogers, big boy, 5'9", 315. But just that was great execution there by Noblesville defensive front line to stop him. We know LaBelle has the strength to power through, but that's a lot of powering you need to do on that one.
Power up, big boy. Here we go. 3rd down and 11 now for Mount Vernon. They've done it before. You can do it again. Sloneker takes it, drops back to pass, and then he just throws it, and now the penalty flag. Intentional grounding.
Penalty on the play.
They're pointing towards Noblesville's sideline.
So there's 2 penalties.
So they'll offset, so they'll run another one.
No, it looks like a legal man downfield. The signal that the line judge just gave looked like it was, I don't know. It may both be.
Well, now this crew's doing a great job because they're coming together and they're talking about it. And now here comes the head official. Now there's another penalty.
Looks like a sideline penalty against Mount Vernon.
Man. Holding on Mount Vernon, declined. Intentional grounding, Mount Vernon.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Mount Vernon.
The loss of down.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And then I thought there was an unsportsmanlike on the sideline.
3:32 to go in this one, folks. And the Millers with a commanding 43-22 lead over the Mount Vernon Marauders. The official coming over, talking to Coach Leidy, explaining to him what transpired out there on the field. So you've got to come up with something here. You got 4th and a country mile.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't heard that one. I guess the first game of the year. That's my favorite saying, a country mile.
Anytime it's 20 yards or more for a first down, it's 4th or 3rd or whatever, and a country mile.
Yep, country mile. But we are out in the country, so hey, man, we've seen crazier things.
Sloniker back to pass. Airs it out, and it's intercepted. Penalty flag coming in, though.
Ooh.
Oh, what a hit. And another penalty flag comes out. Hold on to your seats, folks. We got to sort this one out.
Penalty on the play.
And the other official threw his hat.
Might have been a marker. I'm not sure. We'll see. That might have been a marker for the ball where the ball was downed.
So we got 2 separate penalties on this one. We may get this third quarter over, somewhere around 12 o'clock, in the morning.
I know. Yeah. It is 9:03.
So now as we wait as the officiating crew sorts this one out down on the field. We had a interception by Noblesville.
But a flag came out prior to the actual interception, so I don't know if that was against Noblesville maybe.
But then as he got tackled, there was a penalty flag, I believe. So as they sort it out, they give us a call. Holding on Noblesville. Personal foul. A headbutt on Noblesville.
Replay 4th down.
All right.
So.
But they're moving the ball up, so it'll be 4th.
And a half of a country mile.
Oh, there you go. So 4th and about 18, 19 maybe.
18. Doable.
It is.
Definitely doable.
We've seen it before. It got to connect here. Sloniker in the shotgun. And now Noblesville wants to call a timeout. And with that, we'll take a break with them. You're watching IHSAA football on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales, 3:29 to go in the third quarter. And Mount Vernon forced with a 4th and 18 Schloneker takes a snap. Airs it out. Got a man. Nothing there. Incomplete. And Mount Vernon or Noblesville will take over on downs.
A little high. Was it catchable? Yeah. Was it you needed to make a tough catch? Yeah. Tanner Koziel's here. Does he catch it? Probably because he's 6'6" and he's a big boy. But you got to make those adjustments. You're stepping up now. It's time for these younger guys who maybe sat back, didn't have as much of a pivotal role the last 2 years, to now step in, and now it's their time to shine.
So Noblesville will take over on their own 29-yard line, leading this one 43-22. Mandering takes it.
And a great jump there on the front line. I mean, it was perfectly timed and stopped them for a little bit of a loss. And that's what Mount Vernon needs. They just need a little pick-me-up on the defensive side to get that momentum going their way. You know that they do these weird type of plays, but you got to adjust and be ready for them.
Mandering looking over at the Noblesville sideline. One thing that come to mind, this young team of Mount Vernon playing a 6A squad could get them ready for the rest of the year maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like a fumble, but he fell right down on top of it. And just jumping in there right at the snap, timing it perfect. And this is what you like to see. This Mount Vernon defense getting the crowd back into it.
Yes, they are.
They put 22 points up in one quarter. It's still the third quarter, so there is still a possibility in this. There is a lot of game left, but you have to come up with this stop here.
3rd and 13 for the Millers. Mandering looks at his wristband.
And the same.
There he goes, Schaffner, and he's going to take it to the house for another Miller touchdown. Wow.
Touchdown Noblesville.
At 1:56 to go in the third quarter, Schaffner gets another TD run, a big one. The extra point try coming out for Noblesville. Ready for the snap. Snap, ball's down, kicks in the air, but we got a penalty, and it's going to be a false start on Noblesville. So you kind of elaborate on what I said earlier about how this 6A game or this 6A team they're playing can kind of get these young guys geared up for when, conference time comes.
You want to be honest, Bill?
Yeah.
We saw what Mount Vernon did to Noblesville last year. This
Right.
is about the same crew that they had last year. Noblesville had as well. I think it does get you prepped, but it's also a reality check that, hey, you need to turn things around. You got to do things differently. Yes, this is a 6A school, but you can beat them. You beat them bad last year. And so as the field goal goes up, extra point is good. But does it say a lot? Yes and no, Bill. Does it get you prepared? Absolutely. But you got New Pal out there. Yeah, New Pal's losing tonight, but we always know New Pal's a competitive team.
Right.
You got Yorktown. You got Delta. You got those teams. Pendleton, who's always a close battle.
Oh, yeah.
And, you got to be able to make those adjustments, and this is not pretty tonight.
1:56 to go, third quarter score. Noblesville 50, Mount Vernon 22. We'll be back, IndianaSRN. So you're down 50-22, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. You just got to start working on things, build some positives for these young players.
Yeah, you gotta change some things up, do some things different. Maybe be a little bit more risky as you wouldn't be probably in a closer game. But you got to take this opportunity as a learning experience. These kids first, like I've been saying the whole game, it's not an excuse, obviously, you got to be prepared, but a lot of these players, first time starting. Under the lights Friday night. Eyes are on you as the starter to lead this team. And they stepped up to the call good in the first quarter, but you got to take it all 4 quarters. It's a long game here.
Looks like it's Williams and Gentry back. And Gentry will take it at about the 15. Trying to find a little crease. He gets to the outside, gets it across to the 40-yard line.
Gentry on the return. Gibson on the tackle.
So 1:50 to go.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders.
Mount Vernon will take it at their own 40-yard line. And let's see what they can generate here. Like I said, the last time they scored was back in the first quarter, Mount Vernon, when they scored their 22nd point at the 5:33 mark of the first quarter. Nothing.
Long drought.
Since then.
Long drought. Started out real promising and just kind of faded off, and defense didn't have an answer for the Noblesville offense.
Sleniker takes the snap. Little pass and incomplete. Almost intercepted there by Carter Richardson.
And when I say be a little risky, I didn't mean, force things that aren't there. I meant a little bit different play calling. Make your progressions, read your progressions, make the smart play. This can be a good practice opportunity for Sludiker as well.
2nd and 10. And they hand off to LaBelle, I believe. No, that's Hegler.
Hegler on the carry.
And picks up a Mount Vernon first down.
First down.
At what point last year, I mean during last year's run, the engine was finally tuned. We thought it was finally tuned coming in tonight. It was the first couple of plays. But then the valves got jammed up. There's a pass complete to Williams and picks up another Marauder first down.
And a good throw, tight window, maybe just a little behind him, but still a great completion there. Williams able to pick up a big gain there. And they're moving in the right direction. Like I said, you're down 38. Yeah, you can put up some more points. I mean, it's possible. I'm sorry, you're down 28.
Hagler in the backfield with Sleniker. They hand off to him. He gets it across the 30-yard line. Bring up a second down.
Hegler on the carry.
Now we're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. But hats off to Noblesville, because when they were down, they started, coming back, and they haven't looked back since then.
And I think they knew that there's a weakness to exploit in Mount Vernon, and they knew that they were going to be able to do that. And that's what they've done tonight so far.
Sleniker back to pass, complete! Down across the 10-yard line. It's to Gentry. Burhan, I guess. Yeah, George.
And a great play there. Just throws the ball up in the air, and he's a big target. Big target at that 6'5". So, yeah, why not throw it up? Give him a shot.
Sleniker puts Gentry in motion from the left. And a bad snap, and Hagler was able to corral it for Mount Vernon. And that's the end of the third quarter. But it's been all Noblesville tonight here at Mount Vernon. The score, Noblesville 50, Mount Vernon 22. We'll be back for the fourth and final quarter on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales. The Marauders are on the move. They have the ball at Noblesville's 12-yard line. Second down for the Marauders. But they're moving the ball now. But maybe too little, too late.
Yeah. It's 28 points. Anything can happen. We saw them put up 15 points in, 20 seconds. So anything can happen, but it's got to start somewhere, and it's got to start on this play right now.
Sleniker going to go under center on this one. Puts a man in motion. Hands off to Hagler. Hagler took the snap, cut to the right side, found a little hole.
Decent gain there. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. So definitely got a couple shots to get into the end zone here. You got Brenenthal, who's a decent size, got a little bit of height on this corner out here, could do a quick in route as well. So we'll see what the play call is for Mount Vernon.
Sleniker under center again. Hand off to Williams, and he takes it around to the left side. Touchdown, Marauders!
And since the 5-minute mark in the first quarter, Mount Vernon finally was able to put up some points, and that's just a great drive. Great drive to be able to move down the field, switch it up with a little run, little passing, and that's what you like to see from this offense.
Now the extra point try coming in by Yeagley. Snap, ball's down, kick is in the air. And it is good. So 11:24 to go in the ball game. The score, Noblesville 50, Mount Vernon 29. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Welcome back, Mount Vernon High School. The score now, Noblesville 50, Mount Vernon 29. And that touchdown by Mount Vernon. It was a 8-play drive capped off by a run by number 1, Avery Williams. And then Yeagley comes in for the extra point. And that's where we're at 50-29. Now, if you're Mount Vernon's defense, you need to make some stops.
Absolutely.
Bobbled the ball, then downed it at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, made a right decision there just to fall down. Kind of the kickoff team was already swarming them. Don't want to take the chance of fumbling the ball. We know what Mount Vernon can do when they're in their own territory.
They'll take over on their own 19-yard line. First and 10 for the Noblesville Millers. Dave Sharp, head coach in his second year up there at Noblesville. Vince Leidy in his first year here at Mount Vernon. Randing goes under center. Takes a snap. Sanchez with the run. Tripped up by number 11, but we have a penalty flag on the play.
Tackle made by Davis. There is a penalty on the
Ren
play.
Davis tripped him up. And let's.
Well, it looks like they were counting the defense. Too many men on the field?
Yep. Oh, man.
12 men on the field from Mount Vernon.
Can't stop them. Try to add more people, too.
Let's run this one in. He won't know he's out there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Good pickup, though, by the officiating crew.
So 11:17 to go here in the ball game. Noblesville will have a first and 10.
Not what we expected tonight, Bill.
No.
I'll be honest.
No.
Especially after the way that it started. And but Noblesville, kudos to them, and they've done a great job on both sides of the ball.
Endering takes a snap, hands off to Rogers Walton. And he stopped there. Looks like number 73.
Rogers Walton on the carry.
Sebastian on the stop. Ackway on the stop.
Bring up second down for the Millers.
Second down and 10 for the Millers. Endering going under center. Pitches to Schaffner. And for the first time tonight, they stopped him in the backfield.
Yeah, good hit there. Made a good initial hit, just slowed him down, then the rest of the defense coming in swarm. And we talked about this a lot last year. Mount Vernon was so good at that, making that first initial hit and then having team tackle to bring him down, and that's something we have not seen a lot of tonight. So, like you said, Bill, going into next week, preparing for next week, this week of practice, I think they got a lot of kinks that they need to work out. Nothing major. We know they can put points on the board. We know they can stop, but just these little adjustments that they need to make.
That's 3rd and 14. And there was, he bounced it outside. Schaffner picks up a first down. Oh, man. Just when you thought they had him stopped, the little fella bounces it outside and says, bye-bye.
Yeah, and the officials kind of have been blowing that dead early on, and that time they did not. And so Mount Vernon kind of stopped playing, and then he just kept going and was able to get up, make a big gain on the run.
You got to learn to play until you hear the whistle. 1st and 10 for the Millers.
Guess it's not like the NFL where you have time to get back.
Looked like it was on number 36. Owen Johnson comes zipping up from the defensive back spot and then tried to put on the brakes, but kind of like driving on ice. You put on the brakes and you just keep going.
Yep. And we know you gotta be quick with this Noblesville offense because they have not been able to stop them at all. I mean, like I said, these switch up of who's handing off the ball and whatnot has been confusing for this Mount Vernon defense.
1st and 5 now for the Millers. Randing goes under center.
That was about to say that was a false start. I had a clear shot. I was literally right down my line, and I was like, wait a second. Everybody moved but the center and the quarterback.
So Noblesville back up.
Reset it, right? Well, Vernon had it offsides. Now Noblesville has an offsides. And now we're back where we started, 1st and 10.
Yeah. It'll be first and 10 for the Millers. Moranding goes under center. Rogers Walton with the carry. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. We do so much more than that. Let us help you today. Contact the Morales Group at 317-472-7600. That'll bring up a second down and 7 now for Noblesville. Sanchez Gomez with the run.
And Mount Vernon still does not have an answer for this run. I mean, their run game, they've been chipping away each play. 5 yards, 3 yards, 7 yards, and Mount Vernon just really having trouble adjusting to this type of offense of Noblesville.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audios without the expressed written permission of IHSAA is prohibited. Third downs. Gomez with the run, and he picks up a Noblesville first down. Bertner Electric has been serving the Indianapolis area since 1986. We are family owned and operated. We take pride in our customer service and put our customers first. Fully licensed and insured. We offer 24-hour emergency service. No job is too small. Call us today for all your electrical needs. 317-773-7663. Bertner Electric. First and 10 now for Noblesville. Brandy takes it. Schaffner with the run. To become an IHSAA official, you need to contact Sandra Walter at ihsaa.org/officials. Get involved with the men and women behind the stripes. A great way to stay in shape and be part of the game.
I second that, Bill. I second that.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Second and 9 now for Noblesville.
They actually stopped that play.
How about
that?
that?
It was that same play that they always get right up the middle, and that time they were prepared for it.
Stay up to date with our sports page at IndianaSRN.org or at Troy@radio.com. Third down and 6 for the Millers. 5:15 to go in this contest. Randy goes under center. Takes a snap. And there goes Rogers Walton. Catch it to the left side and into the end zone for a Noblesville touchdown.
Touchdown Noblesville. Rogers Walton on the carry.
At the 4:59 mark. Noblesville will start out the year a little bit different than they did last year.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot different.
They only won 2 ball games last year under Coach Dave Sharp's first year, but things are looking mighty bright for them right now. Extra point try coming, and it is good. So with 4:59 to go in the ball game, your score is Noblesville 57 and Mount Vernon 29.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ludlow, Daniel Morales. Noblesville has put some points on the board tonight. 57 big ones against the Mount Vernon Marauders. They're leading 57-29. But next week, the same crew will be back next week here at Mount Vernon as Mount Vernon takes on Franklin Community High School. The Grizzly Cubs, I believe, is their name. So the Grizzly Cubs.
Not Gribbly, Grizzly.
Gribbly?
No, Grizzly.
Grizzly Cubs will make their way into the Mount Vernon Stadium next week. If you can't come out to the ball game, join us on IndianaSRN. We'll be webcasting that game next week also. .4:59 to go in this one.
Oh, yeah, and Franklin Community losing right now 13-33 to Danville. So they're going to be coming in next week just like Mount Vernon with a little chip on their shoulder unless Mount Vernon can pull this one out tonight. Tough task. I mean, I've seen crazier things, but hey, well, they say it ain't over till it's over, right?
Right. Coming down, and the kick's going to bounce. Gentry picks it up and returns it.
Gentry on the return, tripped up by Gully.
So they'll take over Mount
Vernon
Vernon on their own 24. 4:54 to go in this one. Fans, don't get discouraged. A lot of football. This is only the first game of the year. Plenty of football left, but some things you have to clean up if you're Mount Vernon. Sluniker in the shotgun. Takes a snap. There's it out here to Williams, and he dropped it incomplete.
Got to catch the ball. Got to catch it before you can run it.
I thought he saw, I think he saw a little green light there.
Yeah.
Greenfield there, but like you said, Daniel, you got to catch the ball first.
That's true. Did you see Greenfield or Greenfield Central, like who they're going to play in a couple weeks?
Yeah, okay. Sluniker, there's it out on the far side, incomplete. There was
incomplete.
A little pressure back there. Didn't have time to really set his feet. Obviously, Noblesville still putting the pressure on, but a lot of work to do this week, Bill. A lot of work. Obviously, like you said, it's a long season. You don't lose it all in the first game, so you learn from the first game.
Sluniker takes it, rolls, airs it out to Gentry. Gentry picks up a Mount Vernon first down.
And that connection has been there all night. I mean, obviously they have designed plays and whatnot, but when Garrick knows he's going to Gentry,
right,
it's usually 100% accuracy. Play is perfect, but he needs the time. He needs a good snap when he has those opportunities. He can execute.
1st and 10 now for the Marauders. Sluniker back to pass. Complete on the far side.
Go forward. Bill, I tell you what, he probably could have got a couple yards there, but they see all this in the NFL where, I can dance, I'm quick. This high school football, you got to get up the field and get yards where you can.
Pass was completed to Avery Williams, and he picks up another Mount Vernon first down. Ball's at the 49. Schleneker back to pass. There's it out. It's got Brightenthal. Oh, incomplete.
I tell you what, that was a perfectly placed ball. Maybe throws it up the field just a tad more. That's 6 right there, but a beautiful ball there. Just unfortunate. Tough play. Tough play.
So to bring up second down and 10 now for Mount Vernon. Again, come out next week. Root on your Marauders. If you can't make it, watch us. We'll be webcasting next week's game against Franklin Community. Schleneker takes a snap. Little flare pass, complete.
Oh. Almost lost that ball there. He kind of was trying to make a move, had it up, and the defender kind of grabbed it, but luckily came down on top of it and didn't lose it. Now it brings up a 3rd and 1.
Hagler was the guy that caught that ball for Mount Vernon. Now he goes off the field. I think he landed on the ball. Schleneker takes it. Little pass to Brightenthal. Picks up a first down.
And as a quarterback, once you start getting that rhythm, you got the offense moving, you're completing some passes, that momentum starts to build, that confidence starts to get back there, and then you start putting points up and making tough plays that you may not make when you're on your back foot. So we're going in the right direction here with Gehrig.
Trip receivers to the right. Airs it out. Got a man in. Complete again.
That's a good ball. It's a good ball, and Ashton Gentry knows it. He just missed it off his fingertips, kind of slapped his thigh pad there, running back into the huddle, but perfect ball once again. And Gehrig's now a senior. I think we look at this 2 years ago, maybe even beginning of last year. His head's down. He's not going to make a good throw like that again. But We've seen that now over and over. He's still making those good throws. His receivers just had to execute.
Schleneker takes it. Flushed out of the pocket. Got a man in the soft spot. Complete. Avery Williams.
Pass complete. Schleneker to Williams.
And great completion there by Gehrig. Schleneker breaks that one pressure tackle right there, has the whole field wide open, looks off one linebacker in the middle of the field, finds Williams up to get up to the 2-yard line.
First and goal now for the Marauders. Schleneker going to go under center on this one. Hagler fumbled and tackled all the way back to about the 15-yard line.
Did more damage by trying to scoop it up than just falling on it.
But he's second down.
They'll bring a second down for the Marauders.
Ball's at the Noblesville 12-yard line. This play coming up will be the 11th play of this drive that started on their own 24-yard line. Schleneker. Pass.
Good catch. Good way to hang on to it. I mean, that's a tough one. You know the hit's coming because you're looking the opposite way, but was able to hold on and actually pick up a decent gain there to bring up a manageable 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Burhan was the target on that one, made the catch. 3rd down now for the Marauders. Schleneker throws, and touchdown Marauders.
Great play, back shoulder throw. George turns around and is able to get the foot down.
So Schleneker to Burhan for the touchdown. Extra point try coming. Yeagley on for the extra point try. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 1:12 to go in this one,
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Bill Ledlow, Daniel Morales. 1:12 to go in this one, Daniel, and we've said it over and over all night. Some work to accomplish here in the next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just a lot to take away. It's not like they didn't score, right? They
Right.
put up 36 points. We know that they can score. I think the defense giving up 57 is a little troubling. But first game, first-time starters, younger kids, you got a lot of work to do. But like you said, it's a long season.
And again, it will commence next week here at Mount Vernon as they take on Franklin Community. Kickoff 7 p.m. Moranding is just going to take it and take a knee. And that'll just run the clock under a minute now to go in this one. So congratulations to the Noblesville Millers as they come into the house tonight. Took care of business, winning this one 57-36. Branding takes it. Takes a knee again.
They will be at home against Terre Haute South next week.
Okay. All right. There you go. Man,
I got you.
Man, he's on it. He's on it. My man's
on
it. Yeah.
They do have a tough schedule ahead of them, though. Obviously, Terre Haute South, could get a decent-sized win, but then they go Fishers, then they go Westfield, then they go Zionsville, then they go Franklin Central, then they go Hamlin Southeastern, then they go Brownsburg, and then finish the season at Avon. So tough schedule for Noblesville, but this is a good boost for them. Good boost, beating a fairly decent team, coming in pre-ranked number 3rd in 4A. So,
and we talked about it during pregame too, and then during the broadcast that this is not the type of game we thought we would see tonight, and that just goes to prove, and you mentioned earlier these young guys are 16, 17-year-olds. You don't know how they're going to perform, but this is nothing what Mount Vernon, is their football program. They got some things to clean up this week, and Coach Leidy and his crew will definitely get that done and wait for the Franklin Grizzly Cubs to come in here next week.
Yeah, a lot to learn this week. So it's going to be a tough task coming in next week as well. But that's why they make weeks in between games so they can do some practice.
So with the little hiccups that they had with center and quarterback tonight, you keep the same center for next week's game. Correct? Or you don't change it up.
It's one game.
Right.
I think it's jitters. We saw the issue last year too a little bit early on. So no, you definitely don't change it. I think you practice more. you got to practice. You're going to have big boys in front of you. You can't crack under pressure. You got to get first. Most important is get the ball to your quarterback, then block.
And we saw that on the first couple of plays that they had tonight.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon got the ball in one play and boom, a Sluniker TD pass.
60 yards.
And then you got another one, after the fumble recovery. And, you thought, okay, you're on a roll. And they did decent in that first quarter. And then Noblesville found their rhythm, which, again, swang that momentum to their side. Once they got the momentum, there was no looking back for Noblesville.
No, absolutely. They made those on-field adjustments that Mount Vernon just couldn't do. They adjusted. They saw where Mount Vernon their strengths were. They adjusted to make it their weakness.
Right.
And then on the offensive, on Noblesville defensive side, they did that on the Mount Vernon offensive side. And then when they knew, I think Noblesville knew that they were going to be able to run this ball very well against Mount Vernon because they started to last year and they continue to tonight.
For other teams that are going to play Mount Vernon, is this a blueprint for them? Because we know how New Pal can run the ball.
Yep. Delta, Pendleton
Heights
did a lot.
Yorktown.
I think they've always known there's been just a slight weakness at Mount Vernon, and that's that run game. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no coach in this conference that's not going to look at this game and every other game till they play them and say, hey, where are their weakness? Okay, we can beat them on this run game. The only difference here tonight is that is a unique offensive formation.
It was.
It's a very unique offensive formation. It's not going to do great things against your big powerhouses like Brownsburg, HSC, Avon, all that. But it gives trouble for teams like Mount Vernon and those smaller schools.
We're going to wrap things up here at Mount Vernon. Unlike most broadcast companies, our funding comes primarily from donations and school subscriptions. Help us put more kids on TV by clicking on our donate button on our webpage, IndianaSRN.org. For Daniel Morales and our entire crew tonight, final score again, Noblesville 57, Mount Vernon 36. Until next week, goodbye, everybody.